What's up? I'm Mike, N2MAK, and I am out in North Texas visiting family for the holidays. Let's do a quick video and I will show you what I traveled out with for a radio, how I packed it up, and I'll share my little surprise with TSA. All right, so here are the bags, suitcase. I still haven't unpacked, but I'm here on my sister's back porch here, and let's do a quick unload out and I'll show you what I'm working with here. All right, first up, this bag smart bag. This I've had my ICOM 705 in for a while. I got another video on it. This is usually in my car. I will leave a link somewhere on one of the screens down below if you want to see a little bit more about this bag. But this is primarily where I had my HF equipment. This I carried on, and I'll get the spoiler out of the way. For the first time ever, I wasn't stopped. I was almost disappointed that TSA didn't stop, do any searches, or none of that. So the way that this bag is packed right now, right out of the gate. Okay, so what I've done each time I've flown is copy of license right on top. But the other thing I have, coincidentally, I always have one of the live free and ham hammies up top. I always keep one with me in case I see another ham out in the field and want to leave it on their car, kind of like the ducks with the Jeeps. But I've noticed that when, the first time I had this up on top, when the TSA agent saw the little hammy, she got a kick out of it and stuff. But I got a book light. Did a video on that recently. And then this is, and I'll go through quick. It's got the speaker mic for the 705. Got my Denko battery, the QR Poppy sticker on there. There's a power cord for the 705. And then 705 with the POV sidekicks case and the POV rails. And then I always have ShamWow in there. And some of the other gear, and I'm realizing now I'm going to have to put this all back together. I don't know if the sprinklers just came on, so I don't know if that's getting picked up, but we're just going to roll with it. Signal stick antenna. This light stays in the bag. This is one of the little Olight clip lights. It's got the magnet on the back. Is real nice. So for one of the HF antennas, I got 10 antennas. This is the QRP version. This has kind of lived in the bag for a while. Let's see, you got USB cable. There's an extra cable, the power poles and whatnot. That's has to do with charging because of the way the charger is for the Denko. Another USB cable. That one's USB-A to USB-C. This is a right angle SO239 BNC adapter. A non-right angle adapter. These things are normally in my kit for everyday use. Just an extra tie, SD card, one of the Wago power pole connectors. I got another, I won't bother taking this out, but got a little counterpoise and then a right angle BNC adapter so I can put the signal stick on the 705. And then I think the last thing, what do we got in here, is a just a homebrew choke with a toroid, male female BNC, so I can just kind of put that in line whether it's at the antenna or the radio. And looks like I got another adapter. You can never have too many. That's everything that's inside here. You can actually get quite a bit in the bag. Now let's see here. We'll go to the front pocket. Got some of the rubber wire ties, Night Eyes, homebrew RG 316. I think this is like 20-ish feet or so. We got the nifty manual. Looks like I'm getting washed out a little bit because of the way the sun is, but whatever. Just paper and pen, field notes. This I printed out a while ago. It's just on like a 4x6 or something photo paper, but it's just the band plan. Got some stickers. That's everything in that pocket. I got to keep these piles separate because I got to put it all back together. Okay, wires. We got a 40 meter element for the 10 tennas, and then a 17 meter element because it is Work Band Wednesday, Christmas Eve, as I am shooting this, and I got to get on the work bands a little bit later for some FT8 quick. This is an extra run of this is RG174. This was from Soda Beams, and I think it's 15 feet, and it's got the right angles, but just some extra coax there. And then there are side pockets here. This has got my boarding pass. We don't need that anymore. And the other one, this just has the strap, the shoulder strap for the bag, and then this is just a small plastic bag for garbage or waste because you never know what you're going to find out at the parks. So there's that, and nice feature of the bag though, it does have a rain fly. I'm not going to take that out. That stays there. And there are straps underneath where I keep the POTA 20, which we'll get to in just a second when we tackle the other bag. But for now, let me get this back together, and then we will hit up and I'll show you the other two bags that I got. All right, let's get this out of the way. And so this is just a backpack that I've had this backpack since college, but what I have in here primarily for radio is I got the POTA 20 mast. I keep that in the backpack. I got my laptop and got my Crown Royal bag with battery banks and charging cables, and then the charger for the LifePo battery. I can fit all this that was in there along with the carry-on in there too, jam-packed. But I can get everything, all that I can put in here. And then there's some other miscellaneous stuff like I'll leave on the outside for quick access. I got a battery bank, a MagSafe bank in there. Over here we have the UV5R Mini, and there's just some other things like I got a flashlight, I got my glasses in one of the compartments, my AirPods in there. What else would be interesting would be in this section. Here is the reading materials that I traveled with. Got this from the RSGB when I signed up for a membership at Hamvention. Got Walt's sketchbook, and then this is where I left off reading Radcom from RSGB magazine. So some stuff to keep me occupied on the flight, and all that. And then in addition to kind of what you saw in here was the tripod and my mics. So this was the carry-on setup. Let me put this back together, and then let me show you what I checked. All right, check luggage. Does not look like I was searched. And so we got all my clothes and stuff. Shout out to the guys that live free in Ham. I like to travel with the Alex loop antenna, so let me take this out, put it on the table, and show you what I got in here, because I got more than just the Alex loop. All right, this was, I think, the second antenna that I got when I was a Ham. Wolf River Coil was my first. I had a G90, and I picked this up at an estate sale. It's still a little pricey, and I didn't know enough about mag loops, so I went with it. But I've had a lot of fun with this. It's been a good backup and travel antenna for a lot of different reasons. It minimal footprint and everything. So let me show you what I have in here. This was, again, in the suitcase. So let's see here. Quirky QRP reference mat. I got that. Now, these are normally in the bag with my 705, but the spikes, the spike mount will work with the POTA 20 or the Carbon 6 from Soda Beams. Got some cords, so I can put those back where they belong. A couple other things. See, we got Gumby. Shout out to Ham Radio Clubhouse and the guys there. Gumby tends to be a mascot that follows me around. I do have my knives and sharp things that I couldn't put on the plane that I tucked away in here with the Alex loop. And so I can take those out now that I can carry these. And this is just a Gerber dime multi-tool. This is normally in the bag as well. Extra stickers. I quickly grabbed, I picked this up at Hamvention. This was definitely one of the things I wanted to pick up in Dayton this past year, and it's come in handy a couple times. The little adapter kit from Chat Radio. This is just a plastic bag of bits and bobs. There's some more BNC adapters in there, BNC binding post, some bongo ties, zip ties, some cord, just real quick things to help with attachment points or field repair. Let's see here. This bag, we got another antenna thing. It was just a last minute thing again, Workband Wednesday. This is a 30 meter end-fed half wave. This is using the Reliance antennas 56:1 and stuff, but I got wire on there for 30 meters, and I'll probably be doing 30 or 17 meters after this on FT8 for fun. So yeah, and I just kind of threw that in the plastic bag, just things separate. And I have better bags than plastic bags. I just haven't gotten around to implementing them. At some point I will. But this is got the 2 meter Faraday and then a short run. I'd have to look. This is probably 10-ish feet or so of RG360 BNC. Some adapters and S-beaner to hang those up. And then the Alex loop, which I'm not going to set up, but there's all the parts for the Alex loop. I have a tripod there, and this is the one that they recommend for it. It's real light, and then I always keep a bandana in there. If you ever see any of the videos of me in the mag loop, the way that the mag loop fits on the tripod, it's a little loose, and so the bandana just there's a YouTube short right there. The bandana just helps provide a little better of a friction fit so that the mag loop isn't swinging or anything. So time to put this back together and then wrap things up. All right, that'll do it. It's time for me to actually get set up for Workband Wednesday, and then got to get cleaned up because we're heading out to Texas Motor Speedway for the Christmas lights later on tonight and whatnot. But looking forward to some time down here in Texas and getting on the air and turning Texas green, doing my first POTA down here at some point. But that's about it for right now. Let me know in the comments down below if you got any better suggestions for packing or kind of what your experiences are. If you got questions, by all means, let me know. But thanks for watching, and I know that by the time you see this, it'll be after Christmas, maybe even after New Year's, who knows. But anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Hope everyone is enjoying the holidays. Wish you nothing but the best and health and happiness. I'm Mike, N2MAK, 7-3. And surprise, I forgot one other thing that was in the bag, and it's just a minor, so we'll do this real quick. Extra signal stick. This is the SMA, which will go on the Mini, but this is just an old camera bag. Camera gear is really useful for ham radio, I've learned. And this is what I keep the MobiLink TNC in. So I got the MobiLink, I got the cable, so I can use it with the 705, I can use it with the Baofeng and whatnot, because tomorrow is Christmas and APRS Thursday. So anyway, that is it for now. If I find out that there's anything else I forgot, I'm gonna keep that to myself. Thanks again for watching so much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you found this useful. I'm Mike, N2MAK, 7-3.